How you doing these days? What are you doing with this time? Normally hundreds of people are coming through these doors. Today, really nobody or very few people. And yet I and a lot of the staff are just as busy as normal. What are we doing with our time? What are you doing with your time? Everything is so sideways. How are you preparing your day? Are you organized? How are you preparing for the big tasks or the big decisions that are coming your way? Is there a way to prepare? Is there a way to use this time, maybe even this downtime, to prepare for this, prepare for that? What if this downtime, this quarantine, became soul time and prepared us for the decisions and the tasks that we need to make down the road? In many ways, Jesus is our perfect model. This Sunday, we're going to start a new series called This is the Way, using Jesus as our model for all kinds of decisions and lifestyles that we need to be doing during this time of crisis. This is the way. And this Sunday, we're going to look at his way of balancing the crowds with solitude. And we're going to look at how he used solitude. He even went away from the crowds at times. He used solitude to prepare himself for some of the biggest decisions and the biggest tasks of his life. And we're going to say that this is the way. He was our perfect model in how he did it, and that we ought to copy that as well. There's one point in Luke chapter 6, Jesus is about to basically call his staff, appoint his staff, and he's got to figure out what 12 guys from all of the disciples he's going to call to be on his staff. But before he does it, he goes into solitude. He goes into quarantine, in a sense, to be alone with God, to have some soul time, reflection, so that he can make this really, really important decision in his life. Listen to what the text says. In Luke 6, it says, during one of these days, Jesus went out to the mountainside to pray, and he spent the entire night praying to God. Total solitude for a whole night, all by himself. Why? Next verse. When the morning came, Jesus called all of his disciples to him, and out of all of those disciples, he chose 12 of them. And those are the 12 famous ones that we know really well, that in many ways turned the world upside down. Before he made that enormous choice, he spent some time in solitude to prepare himself spiritually for that. And I'm saying, and this is what we're going to do on Sunday, I'm saying that's vital for all of us during this time, that we need to use this downtime as soul time to prepare ourselves for the decisions that we're going to have to make in the days ahead, for the tasks that we're going to have when this whole thing is over, and even now. Come Sunday, watch as we begin and start talking about looking at Christ and saying, this is the way.